Namaste, welcome back to my channel An Architect's Diary, and I just want to say that I'm so overwhelmed with all the love that you have showered on my first video, and here we are continuing again with second video, and I hope you will keep supporting me in the future like this. So let's get started. Guys, let's discuss today's topic, and today's topic is relevant for the people who are about to join or who are thinking to join architecture course, and the people who have already done it or are pursuing it will surely connect to me, and I think you will get some nostalgia by looking at this video. So let's move on. So today's topic is the reality checks that you should know before joining architecture course. Yes, I will not try to sugarcoat things on this channel for you because you have all the right to know that what you are getting into. I will not brag that architecture is this, oh my god, architecture is that. Architecture is this, oh my god, architecture is that. When I was about to start my architecture course, nobody was there to tell me all these things, and I wish somebody had. But anyways, I will try to share my experiences with you. I hope that you can get some idea and clarity about the course. So the first one is the 5-year long battle, guys. Yes, you heard it right. In India, architecture is one of the longest courses, such as MBBS. It is of 5 years, which consists of 10 long semesters, and it is followed by a 6-month mandatory training, which you have to do under some architect, and also a mandatory thesis. And sometimes it gets really hard to pull such long course, and it requires a lot of efforts, but trust me guys, you can do it. If you'll do a lot of hard work and you have the full dedication, you can go for it. So second one is my personal favorite. It is the role of mathematics in architecture. I am not a mathematics fan, and I am not even good at mathematics, to be very honest. But after 10th standard, I know that I wanted to do architecture, and because only of architecture, I took PCM, physics, chemistry, maths in my +1 and +2 class. Yes, guys. So many students will agree to me, and they also don't like mathematics, I guess. So in case you think that why mathematics is mandatory in architecture, and surely it will have lots of mathematics and problems to solve, it is not true, guys. In architecture, the mathematics role is for the measurements, and it is just a simple convergence that you do, like in meter to mm and feet to inches, like all that. So it is the basic maths that everybody can do. If I can do, you can also do it. So the next one is you have to become an owl. So jokes apart, what I meant here is that if you are someone who really loves sleep, then you have to think about joining architecture, because in this course you will have sleepless nights. You will not get to sleep much because you have lots of presentations, you have to make your drawings, you have to make plans, and sometimes 11 or 12 o'clock seems like it's just 8 and 9 o'clock. So guys, yes, you have to sacrifice your sleep if you want to do architecture. The next one is the creativity level. The creativity level requirement is very high in this course, because architecture is known as mother of all arts. And from creativity, I didn't mean here that you have to be good at sketching, you have to be good at drawing. No. So the creativity here is in terms of the building planning, building designing, how much comfort you can provide to the user, and what all new materials and interiors, how you can modify your design. It is all about that. The next one is about the traveling. Yes, in architecture, we also have some interesting things. Traveling is one of them. The people who know me, they already know that I love traveling. So, why traveling is important in architecture? It is important because we get really inspired by seeing something which is in our surroundings, like our history, like our culture. And you already know that India is so rich in culture and heritage. So I really feel blessed because of this course. I got a chance to explore my country in some other perspective, not like a tourist, but like a designer. And I really, really feel proud that my country is so rich in its culture and heritage and history that it is just mesmerizing sometimes. So the next one is just forget your weekends. Because in architecture, most of the assignment submissions are on Monday, and you have your weekends extra loaded with the work. And if you feel really homesick sometimes, then don't forget to take your sheets and stuff to your home. And I am sure it happened with me. You will never ever wanted to do that again. You will prefer not to go home because there are a lot of stuff and you don't have the equipments or the table or the proper arrangement at home, so you can suffer on Mondays after coming back to college. So drop this idea. So the next one is about your laptop. Yes, in architecture, laptop is very important and it is your best friend because after 1 or 2 semester, you will be working on your laptops, and before that you will be working by hand. But later on, all the drafting and the 3D views that you will make it on your laptop. So I recommend you to buy a good laptop with good configuration and great storage, because all these softwares are very heavy and they develop lot of multiple files. So I recommend you to please buy a good laptop in the start only, so that you cannot face the problem later as we all did. So the next one is very important. It is about the money. And for architecture, honey, you need extra money because yes, it is true, because architecture is a very expensive course and we all know it. You can also find the figures on the internet. But one thing which internet will not tell you is your extra expenses. At the starting of this course, you will be requiring the T-scale, the set square, and the colors and brushes and extra rotring expensive pens and whatnot. So this expenses is also which is too heavy. And later on you will be buying laptops, and yeah, of course, the sheet printing. The sheet printing cost much, guys, and also the report printings that you will be making. Last but not the least is your traveling expenses. No college provide you extra expenses for your traveling, so all these things you have to keep in mind, and yeah, it is really important. So the next one is comparing civil engineering with architecture. So no guys, it is not same at all, to be very honest. Yes, we do similar kind of things, but it doesn't mean that it is similar. Civil engineering is all about making buildings structurally, and architecture is all about the building planning and designing. After we do the building planning and design, the civil engineers take it on the site and they make it. So the next one is really interesting and fearful. Yes, many of you who has done architecture already will agree to me, because next one is the redos. Oh, the redos. Yeah, because redo is the nightmare for any architecture student. If the professor or the teacher don't like your design, they will give you redo, not one time, back and back again, and you have to redo it all time. I agree that it will make your plan or design better, but sometimes it's really frustrating when you have worked on something all night, you don't get the result, and all you do get is a redo. So it's a big disappointment. So getting a redo is a normal thing in architecture college, but you can reduce the number of redos by doing it better in a first attempt. So yeah, this is the only way to get off it. The last and not the least is the extra skills. Yes, in this course, if you have got extra skills, it will be beneficial for you. But in case don't, then don't worry, because in architecture, only we don't learn building, designing, or planning. We learn many other things also, like photography, like sketching, and like designing. We get to learn all these things in our course, so it is the best part of that. And you can also take part in extracurricular activities like poster making, dancing, drama. And me and my friends, I remember we used to wait for all these annual functions, and we will do dances, we'll do drama, and we don't have much time, but we have to prepare it in just 1 or 2 day, and we will perform. So yeah, I am kind of also feeling nostalgic, and I am also remembering and cherishing my good old days. So this was all about the reality checks that you should know before joining an architecture course. I hope it was beneficial for you and my batchmates and other architecture students who has already done architecture and who are doing architecture can relate to all these things. If you want to read all these things in detail, you can go to my website. I have already written blog on this one. It's www.anarchitectsdiary.com. One more thing I would like to add. This message is for the students who are doing architecture right now from home. I know this time is really difficult for you guys, because architecture course is all about exploring. It's about roaming around and experiencing things. From home, it can be really difficult sometimes to present your work in front of your juror or in front of your teachers, but don't lose hope. Everything will get fine soon, and you will be back to your college and you will enjoy as before. So yeah, thank you so much. And in the end, I would like to say that today is World Environment Day. I'll be posting it tomorrow, I know, but today it's 5th of June, World Environment Day. So being an environment planner, I request you all to please take care of your environment, keep your surroundings neat and clean, and try to grow more trees around you. Wear your mask and be safe. Namaste.